I'm gonna lay it out for you, bro. The world that we're living in has conditioned us to become weak, flaccid, soft men. But I'm gonna make you a promise. I'm gonna make you a promise that I'm going to give you the roadmap on how to start doing the hard things and make it effortless. I really mean that. I've been that young guy, bro, who I couldn't do anything. Bro, you told me it was leg day, I'm gonna skip that. You told me to eat clean food, nah, bro, I'm gonna poison my body with drugs and alcohol. I had work to do, looking on Instagram, looking at some ass. That's what I used to do. I was the king of procrastinating, king of choosing the easy option. But the truth is, and I'm gonna lay it out for you, in this world, we don't have a lot of things that we control. You can't control me and I can't control you. You can't control if your family gets sick. You can't control the weather. There's so much about this world, like 99% of it you can't control. But the one thing that you can control is your mind. Like, that's literally it. And yet, most of us young guys, we are living aimlessly. We are living not in control of our own minds. And we are literally weak. But we are weak because of what we do. And I want to lay this out for you that you can build yourself up to really be anyone, anything, anybody that you want to be. You can have that strong mind, you can have that good looking body, you can have some money, you can have that baddie, you can have the nice car, the nice house, you can have anything. But it comes from when you are able to do the hard things. Look, we're living in a time right now where waking up on time is hard. Go tell that to our grandparents. Go tell that to our ancestors that come before us. Oh, we can't wake up on time, it's so hard. I can't stop fapping. I can't stop playing video games. I can't stop eating fast food. They would take one look at us and backhand us and be like, what's wrong with you? Yet we're living in a time right now where that's our biggest enemy. Well, I'm going to lay it out for you. There's a way to go about it to make hard work easy. And I'll tell you this right now. The more a man can bear on his back, the more hard shit that a man can do, the more successful he will become. It combines. More hard things that you can do, the more harder your life, I guarantee you, if you channel the energy that you get, the mindset that you get from always doing the hard things, the results that you're able to cultivate in your relationships, your financial status, everything will be what you want it to be or close to it, because that's the route. Think about it. Making money is hard. Building your body is hard. Getting good with women is hard. Everything is hard. But it's only hard because we're not experienced in it. I'll tell you this before we get into the video. Most of us don't realize that the hardest part in life to do things is actually getting started. I'll tell you, waking up early for the first week or two will be the hardest thing in the world. But that third week, boom, you'll wake up before the alarm. The first 100 girls that you call approach and try to, make something happen with, they'll be so difficult. Bro, I'm talking the first 10. And then the next couple that come after that's a little bit easier. The next couple after that, a little bit easier until it just becomes second nature. So it's always right at the start that you have to put in the most effort, the most time, the most mental power. But then it becomes habitual. But then it becomes like a walk in the park. And I'll lay it out for you because I love this. You must understand, as men, that the most important thing that you can ever do is be in control of this. Really understand that. Because if you're not in control of this, then you're not in control of anything. So let's get into it. How do you actually force yourself to do the hard things? Which the hard things, I've said it a million times now, is easy. That's to not have a dependency on motivation. And let me lay this out for you, right? All of us look at motivation as this grandiose thing, but it ain't. Motivation is nothing. What I'm doing right now, it might motivate you for a couple of seconds after this video, and then that's it. Motivation is nothing. You can listen to a good song, maybe you can pump a couple more reps in the gym, but motivation is jack shit. But what really can elevate you and transcend you up into becoming a higher, focused man in life, right, is discipline. But I'm not even going to go too deep into discipline because that's a whole different rabbit hole that we could go down on. I want to teach you about a mindset that I've installed in my mind, because I want you to understand we can install things into our mind. I've installed the control over my mind through my meditations, through my affirmations, through my actions. Just like you can install things into a computer or a laptop, you have the ability to install software into your mind. I'm going to think this way. I'm going to do these certain things. This will be me. And how I want you to look at this, right? For anything that you have to do in life, there are choices that you have to make. And let's open it up, right? Most of us go through thousands. If not, bro, there's a crazy number, like 20, 30, 40, 50,000 choices that we make a day. Do I go left? Do I go right? Do I do this? Do I do that? Do I do this? It goes on. But here's how I want you to look at it, right? We have the choice of doing the easy thing, right? And then we also have the choice of doing the hard thing, right? And here's how I want you to look at it. Your mind is like similar to a muscle. That's how we're going to frame it. And if you take the easy option, think about going to the gym. You miss the gym one day. It's not that big a deal. But you miss the gym 2 days in a row. Ooh, I'm starting to feel a little bit slow. My muscles are I've lost the pump a little bit. Like, what's going on? Miss the gym for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, right? What happens? Your body just goes. Well, I want you to look at your mind kind of the same thing, but on a bigger scale. Every time you take the easy option, what you're doing is you're skipping the gym, essentially. You're losing out on building your mind, and you're allowing it to become weaker. So every single time you choose the candy bar over the piece of broccoli, every time you choose to fulfill that tickle in your pants rather than, not fapping or doing that, you are going into that easy option way that you've been conditioned to from society, from yourself, from this today's world. But every time you do the hard thing, so you put the candy bar down, you eat the good food. You're tired, but you still go to the gym. You see that pretty girl there, and it's like, okay, I'm going to do it. You do it. You're building up this mental toughness in your mind. You're building up. It's like you're doing a rep for your mind to become more centered on hard things. This is a really, really important thing, because think about it. The more you're in the gym, or the more you're making the hard choices, what happens when you make 100,000 hard choices? What happens when you do 10,000 workouts? Your body's going to be, it's going to be up there, right? Well, similar to your mind. Every time you condition your mind to do the hard thing, your mental framework, the mental model that starts to shape your mind is that of someone that's just choosing the hard things. But the hard things, this is funny how it works, become easy. So what's so difficult for you right now? With repetition, getting in those reps of choosing the hard thing, seeing that pretty girl, approaching her, going to the gym when you don't feel like it, eating that good food when you don't want to, not fapping when you have the urge so badly, right? Every time you do that, you are getting so much more stronger. I cannot explain it. Other than that, it will give you what you want out of your life. You are building up that mental toughness. But here's how I want you to look at it, right? Because what I've done in my life is realize that there are ways to go about building up this mental toughness, this choosing to do the hard thing and making it easy. And here's the framework, right? So you have to stop relying on motivation. You have to give in to the hard choices. You have to pick the right thing to do. But then also with that, right? Here's how you do it. You need to force yourself. So think about it, right? Most of us, we are on autopilot to choose the easy thing to do. We can literally be steered towards the video games, to YouTube, to wasting time. We could just be forced. It's so easy to just go towards that. Well, listen to this. If you just force yourself to do the hard thing, whether it's going gym, approaching that girl, doing this, doing that, getting up on time, eating the right food, force yourself. Day by day, week by week, month by month, you will be on autopilot to do the hard thing. It becomes habitual. So you just have to get through that initial stage of the hardness, and you will become it'll become so much easier for you. So here's, again, what I've done in my own life is realize that the only way to go about this is do what you're supposed to do regardless of how you feel. You have to force yourself. So you have to drag yourself out of bed when that alarm goes off. You have to sit at your desk and put your phone downstairs or give it to your parents or put it in the other room or whatever. You have to force yourself to go to the gym, even if your eyes are closing. Force yourself. Just put one foot in front of the other and drag yourself to do it. And eventually it'll become habitual to you. So to me, right, going to the gym, I feel sick if I don't go to the gym. If there's someone that I want to cold approach, I feel like the biggest bitch in the world if I don't, so I must. If there's anything that I got to do, if there's work that has to be done, I can't sleep until it has been done. Because I've conditioned myself, because I've forced myself over weeks, months, now it's been years for me, that this has become my default mode. This is my default mode of doing the hard things and it becoming easy. And here's how I want to wrap the video up, bro, so that you understand. If you look at life as this, hard, right? And this is going to be your default mode. Most of us, we are set to do the easy thing, right? Why isn't life the same way it was when we were 5 years old and someone was wiping our ass and providing us with dinner every night and this and that? Because that's not how the world works. The world is actually quite savage. The world is a dog-eat-dog world. But I've understood that. I grew up in public housing for 21 years of my life, bro. I was a drug addict, bro. I still have got so many things going on in my family life, bro, that whoa, if you boys knew about it, you'd be like, how are you still standing? I've been through it, bro. I've made so many mistakes, but that also opened me up to understand that this world is difficult. This world is hard. It's actually not all sunshine and rainbows, but the flavor of a life's man is pain anyway. It's hard. The stronger that you want to become as a man, the more hardship you're going to have to endure. So I want you to go through life now, having your default mode set. Okay, life's hard. I'm going to wake up and this is going to happen. This is going to happen. It's going to be hard to go gym. It's going to be hard to do this. It's going to be hard to do this. Some problems will arise. This will happen. This will happen. This will happen. But, and here's how I want you to go about it. Once you hit that pillow at the end of the night and you forced yourself to do what you're supposed to do, regardless of how you feel, you'll be like, well, actually it wasn't that hard. And it works in your favor that I thought it was going to be hard, but it was actually easy. So tomorrow when I wake up, it's going to be easy because you expect it to be hard. Make sense? So this will really help you. You want to build up that mental model and frame of not bitching out when you have to do the hard things. Follow this. And this will change the game for you. If you want to do coaching with me, bro, you want to join a group of young men all on self-improvement winning, I will help you. You'll have a network of other young men just like you trying to build themselves up. Go to the link in the description or message me on Instagram and we can do some work. I love you, bro. I mean that.